So namaste friends. So my name is Chandish. I'm from the Indian Information Service. So I have written Civil Service Examination 2016, through which I had been allotted Indian Information Service. Friends, many of us have that misconception that whatever we write, Civil Service Examination is only for IAS and IPS or IRS. But there are many other services also which are under Government of India, for which recruitment is done through the Civil Service Examination. To be specific, nearly 23 services, 24 services are directly recruited by the Union Public Service Commission through the Civil Service Examination. So once you give that exam, based on your rank and your preference, you are allotted a service. So in this service, through this exam, I was allotted the Indian Information Service. So now let us talk about Indian Information Service. So what is Indian Information Service after all? See, firstly, if you look at Indian Information Service, it comes under the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. So to keep it very simple, the task of you is as a principal spokesperson of the Government of India and also as the official PRO of the government, your task is to ensure that the government schemes get proper publicity and also the government policies are taken to the people, to the masses, and also use innovative ideas and give up government advertisements, and also organize film festivals and also organize events like International Film Festival and also publications division. Many of you who has been preparing for civils, you will know about Yojana and Kurukshetra, but I don't think many of you will know the fact that Indian Information Service people are the ones who will be heading these divisions which publish Yojana and Kurukshetra magazines as well. So friends, my experience in training has been very good. The training module is 3 parts basically. So first training starts as a foundation course which starts in August of the year and it goes on for 3 months, and then this happens in Labasna, which is Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration in Mussoorie, and also in Bhopal and also in Hyderabad. So there are 3 academies. Once this is done, next what happens is the official training which is given by the dedicated academy. So in this academy you will be taught about the skills which an Indian Information Service officer should be well versed with for better functioning and usage of his capacities. So friends, this training starts in January approximately and it goes on for 9 months in Indian Institute of Mass Communication, which is called the IIT for Journalism, to keep it very simple. So this institution has been established in the 1960s and it's one of the prestigious institution. It also has other courses for journalism and also for development journalism. So it trains you all regarding all the practical and also the theoretical aspects of Indian Information Service. So this is basically the rough outline. So 9 months in the academy, 3 months in the foundation course, and then 1 year you will be having on the job training, which will be across various units like Press Information Bureau and Publications Division and Directorate of Audiovisual Publicizing, DAVP. So there are many media units under the ministry in which you will have on the job training. So as I have said, 3 months foundation course, 9 months in the academy, and 1 year will be the on the job training. So total it comes to around 2 years. So once these 2 years are done, you will be given independent posting in any of the media units such as the Press Information Bureau or the DPD, which is the Publications Division, or the DAVP, National Film Archives. So there are many avenues. So these are the postings which you have. So what is the first posting? That will be the first question you get. So after 2 years of training, an Indian Information Service officer of the Group A will be given the posting as Assistant Director, and the next postings will be Deputy Director and then Director, and then it would be Additional Director General and then Director General, and the final post is Principal Director General, which is equivalent to a Secretary to the Government of India. So this is the hierarchy of posts. So few of you may have doubts on how the training proceeds. So the training is a very enthusiastic experience. So it is a right mix of theory and also practicals. So what will be there in theory? See, theory tells you about lot of various changing dimensions in information and communication. Let's talk about fake news. Fake news is something which is very relevant today, and also the post-truth, especially after Donald Trump and also Brexit. So there are so many things happening. So you'll be taught about these things, and also how you can use your communication skills to better reach out to people, and also designing innovative advertisements. And you'll also be taught the skills of photography, and also you'll also be taught on how you can improve your presentation skills. As being a PRO, presentation skills is the most important aspect which is needed in an Indian Information Service officer. So yeah, that's the outline. So now let us see what are the most interesting aspects which you find in this training. See, for me the most interesting aspects in this training are three things. The first thing being Bharat Darshan. See, this is something all officer trainees will wait for, because in this you will get the unique experience of going to nearly 10 to 12 places across the country, even Andaman and Nicobar and Lakshadweep as well. So where you will know how India is, how its diverse cultures are, how this diverse cultures portray a challenge to the communication process. So this is one thrilling experience which you get, and it is a very good break after nearly 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and for few of my friends have toiled even for 6, 7 years for this preparation. So you will enjoy it very much. 21 days Bharat Darshan, and there will also be 2 weeks of attachment with Assam Rifles. Friends, all of us, many of us have gone to many places in the country like North India, South India, but how many of you have seen Northeast of India? Northeast of India, according to me, is one of the most beautiful places in the whole world, but many of us don't visit it. But in this service you get that unique opportunity of meeting Assam Rifles, which is a paramilitary force who takes care of the security in the northeastern region. So you get to meet the defense officers, you'll see how the defense communication works, and you also get to meet people in the northeast, Assam, state of Assam, state of Meghalaya, state of Mizoram. You'll see how communication flows, especially in a conflict-ridden area, especially in an area where northeast insurgencies are there, especially where migration is a very big problem. So these are unique security challenges, but which have a communication dimension. So this is another major practical attachment which all of us look forward to. And the third one which everyone loves is 1 month attachment with Film and Television Institute of India, which is in Pune. I think many film enthusiasts would know about that institution. It has a rich heritage, rich history, and it is one of the foremost training institute for films in India, for films and broadcasting in India. So there you get to meet the top directors in the film industry, and also the technicians, the editors, the cinematographers, and also you also get to meet sometimes many of the leading cinema heroes. So it will be quite an enriching experience. And last year our seniors were very fortunate to meet stalwarts like Nasruddin Shah. So FTII Pune is also a unique opportunity, because many of our friends will be interested in filmmaking, but they always think that you never got an opportunity to pursue that. So now this is a unique opportunity where you will be in the government service, and you will also be part of the filmmaking, and also how a film is made, how ad films are made, how short films are made, how do we regulate them. So you get to know a lot of aspects, and it's a very good experience. And Pune is very close to Western Ghats as well. So many of our officer trainees in the weekends also go to places like Lonavala, which are very beautiful. So that is another additional advantage which you get with a Pune attachment. So friends, one more thing, one more attachment which we have is with the NSG. So these are the commandos who takes care of the security of people like the former prime ministers and the current prime ministers and presidents and all. So it is also again a beautiful experience, because you will get to know how communication happens within the NSG, how they cooperate with each other, how they ensure that they take care of the security in a very efficient manner with error-free communication. Because in these aspects, communication is the key, because you cannot afford to have a communication lapse which can be very detrimental to the country and for the political leaders. So this is another attachment. And one more attachment which we should look forward to is the attachment in left-wing extremism areas. So usually it will be in Chhattisgarh, like Dantewada or Sukma, or also in Orissa sometimes, or also in Jharkhand. So this will be around 3 to 4 days where you go to those areas. You will see how communication is causing a development deficit there. What is the role of communication in reducing the development deficit, or whether lack of communication is causing the development deficit. So this is another experience. So you will see how left-wing extremism has a relationship with the governance and development and administration as well. Let's say in these areas many people are not aware of the government schemes, and that is one of the key reasons why this problem still persists. So as an Indian Information Service officer, your duty will be to ensure that no effective communication is there in reducing the security challenges which India faces still, like left-wing extremism. So these are the practical attachments. And also friends, during the training we will also have a meeting with the minister concerned, and you will also meet the President of India. You will also call on the Prime Minister and also the Vice President, and they will also share rich experiences. And another interesting thing I love about this service is you get to meet lot of senior Indian Information Service officers who have created a mark in development and who have created a mark in the governance and administration process. So I can give you a few examples, like one is Mr. Sitanshukar, who has played a key role in the communication process during Nepal earthquake, Jammu Kashmir floods, Uttarakhand floods, and also other situations like this. And there is also another senior officer which you would have, many of you would know. It's Mr. Khan sir, who had worked as the press secretary to the President of India. So he was also very pivotal in ensuring that the communication flows from the President to the people in a seamless manner. And he was a press secretary, especially when core issues were there, and core issues were going on, like the NAC controversy and the Office of Profit controversy and many other such issues. So this is another unique opportunity in this service, because you get to meet lot of seniors, and seniors who are 30 years, 35 years who are senior to you. And friends, one more unique thing about the Indian Information Service is, this service is very diverse. You will not feel bored anytime, because you will be dealing with diverse issues. Say today I will be in the publications division, I will be looking at how Yojana Kurukshetra can be made better and also can be taken to more number of people. And tomorrow I will be in the film directorate, day after tomorrow I will be in the National Registrar of Newspapers, and another day I can be in the Press Information Bureau, where I am the official spokesperson of Ministry of Defence, Ministry of Home, and many other such ministries. So the unique advantage of this service is this, very diverse. And one more unique aspect of this service is there are no rigid hierarchies, and it's a very open service, and the seniors are very cooperative, and it's quite flexible also. You also get the opportunities of doing deputation in state governments or in the central government. So that is also another advantage of this service. When you ask me why take up Indian Information Service in this point of time, is it good? Should we take it up? Should we put it in our top 10 or preferences? So I would say that definitely it should be among your top 10 preferences while you are putting the civil service, while you are filling the form for civil service examination. So why do I say so? So firstly friends, today as you all know, information is wealth, and in the near future, information driven by artificial intelligence, and also the concept of post-truth, and also the way how big data is gaining importance every day, all of them show that in the future information will be of great value. And also communication is another key value for the success of any nation, not just India. And it's especially relevant to a country like India, where still less than 30% of the people are digitally connected and are not well aware of government schemes and policies. So it has a very bright future, and there is a lot of scope to learn. And this service, you must be an avid learner, and you should be very honest, and you will be having great contacts with media personnel. So friends, this is a service for which you can look forward to with very bright prospects in the future, and also which will not bore you, and you'll be very interested. Let us say if you have a service of 35 years, and I've personally spoken to many officers who say that they have not faced any issues which have affected their morale in the service. So friends, I would strongly recommend you to put Indian Information Service in the top 10 of your preferences while you're putting the civil service examination preferences in your detailed application form. Thank you.